Do you really need a lot of money to experience luxury? A lot of people tell me that they want to make money, so they want to feel abundant, or they want to experience these luxurious experiences, or traveling to France, or going to Eiffel Tower, or going on a boat, or getting the best seat in a hotel, or on a New Year's Eve getting the best table. They think that they need a lot of money for that to happen. That is why they want to create. You can create all these experiences with very little, if no money. And I will share a true story which happened with me in this video. So my name is Rohit and welcome to Reawaken Imagination. My goal with this channel is to simplify manifesting so people can really understand and grasp the concept of manifesting, so they can manifest a dream relationship, dream job, perfect health, whatever they desire, with the power of imagination. Just 4 years ago, I was at a New Year's, 5 years ago, I was in Australia and we were celebrating New Year's Eve and we didn't have any tables. We couldn't book anything and everything was super expensive. So we just sat around the bank in Melbourne and we saw the fireworks there, which was great. Nothing against that, but it was great. But then I was like, what if I could actually have a very luxury experience? What if I could be on a rooftop in a 5-star hotel or whatever, and I could experience that? But at the same time, I was like, I'm just gonna use the power of manifestation to do it. And this would be like, there are only few events which are like that throughout the year. You know, you might have a national holiday, you might have some special holiday, a special weekend, or the New Year's Eve, and the prices are skyrocketing, right? So this is what happened. I met a friend through a group, and he was from USA, okay, and he was visiting Southeast Asia. I live in Vietnam right now. So he told me we'll go to Nha Trang, one of the best sailing clubs, and we'll have a New Year's event there. And I had no idea that this man has a lot of money. I mean, I live a pretty decent life as well. So we all met in decent places. We had great times together. And I had no idea this man had any money. And I just visualized and imagined it. And I had totally forgotten about it, actually, that I had impressed this, having this magnificent experience. So he tells me, like, I have a plan. I'm gonna invite a bunch of friends and some girls on New Year's Eve. So we plan to go to Nha Trang, which is a popular city, and there's a ocean club, which is one of the most popular destinations. Everyone wants to be there on New Year's Eve. We went there and on the ocean club, and we were there. And then he told me, I'm gonna book the whole table. If you guys can join whatever you want to pitch in, you can pitch in. You don't have to. I'm gonna book the whole table anyway because I'm inviting a bunch of people. Okay, I'm like, booking the whole table is gonna be super costly. Like, it could be a couple of grand or whatever. I'm not even sure how much, but it was going to be expensive. It was going to be expensive. So I'm like, this dude booked the whole thing for me, for us, of course. We went there, we had a fantastic time. Great food. We sang, music playing, people dancing, everyone enjoying. It was fantastic. It was great. And then the next, after a couple of weeks, it hit me that actually I visualized myself having this luxurious experience. And I was telling this to my friend, dude, I went to this yacht club and like we had one of the best tables with the best view. And he's like, dude, that must have been super expensive. How much money did you spend? I'm like, I didn't spend anything. I just bought like one bottle, which was maybe $100 or something, but I didn't spend. He's like, so who booked? I'm like, my friend did. And it's like, that's amazing, man. You're lucky. You're always lucky. You're always having these lucky experiences. And then it hit me, and then I realized, I remember 3 years ago when I was in Melbourne, I had imagined myself saying to myself that I want to have this royal experience. And I did some affirmations, and I did some inner conversations for a while, and then I dropped it. And then I moved to Southeast Asia, and I've been here since. And you wouldn't believe how many luxurious experiences I've had with spending very little money, if any money at all. Many times friends inviting me, a lot of times people giving me tickets for free, okay? Like one time I live in a big building, there are lots of apartments, so a lot of people would come from different countries, and sometimes when they're leaving, They would just give me stuff, and they're like, oh, I forgot about it. I have this ticket to this gala or this dinner. Would you like to go? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm like, all these things, all these events, all these things happening because I was just totally open to it. And at one time I had visualized and had impressed my subconscious mind with this experience. A lot of times it has happened. People inviting me for free. Sometimes I didn't even have the ticket. I go there and someone is there in there and they just call me and it's like, yeah, just let him in. I'll let him. So many times. I can't even tell you how many times it has happened, and it has become so normal for me. For a lot of people it would be like, oh, this is something amazing, this is such an amazing experience. But it has become, because I've had it happen to me so many times, it's become kind of normal to me. A lot of people think that this is so. What I'm saying is, if you really want to experience travel, or if you really want to experience a luxury thing, like let's say you want to drive a supercar, or let's say you want to get a table, the front row table on New Year's Eve, you can get all of that. You do not need the money for that. So if that is your desire, don't make getting money your desire. Let's say your desire is to have a very nice holiday in France and go to a bunch of cities, experience the Eiffel Tower or some islands around by or whatever, wherever you want to go. Okay, if that is your goal, you want to visit towns, you have a holiday, focus on manifesting that. You do not need, what I'm saying is to go straight to the end. A lot of people, if the true desire is to drive a Maserati, for example, that's the true desire. They want a supercar. Okay, let's say they want to drive that car, and they think the only way they would be allowed to drive that car, the only way they would get that car, is by spending a lot of money. And that is not true, because I've personally experienced that. I didn't have to spend anything. Okay, so in that situation, anything could happen. Your friends could invite you. You could do that. Anything could happen. Somebody might just invite you to sit with them in the car or let you drive there. We don't know how imagination works. Imagination works in its own ways, right? So if your goal is just to drive a Maserati, you can get it for a week or maybe for a day, for a month, whatever. And I'm pretty sure after you drive it for a while, you won't have the same kind of excitement. But you can totally manifest that. Okay, it is totally doable. You don't have to think about it. Okay, if I want to drive a supercar, I have to manifest $500,000. Only then I'll be able to buy one and then able to drive it. You're going the other way. If your desired end is to straight get to that money, to get to that supercar, you don't need the money, right? When I manifested being and having the luxurious experiences in that yacht club, one of the most expensive places, sitting right in the front in a nice table with a nice view, nice food, nice drinks, I spend money just for it. I didn't have to spend anything. He invited me anyway. Okay, I didn't have to. I was invited for free. So this is something I really want you guys to really understand, is to go straight to the end. Do not create an unnecessary middle when you don't need it. A lot of us, I've been guilty of this. A lot of us would create these unnecessary middles or these unnecessary manifestations to think that because of that, we will be able to get our desire. For example, if you want to drive a supercar and you do manifest $500,000, what makes you think that with $500,000, when you get $500,000, you're gonna buy a supercar? Once you have that kind of money, some people will say, oh, you should invest, you should put it in this investment, invest there, buy real estate, do this and that. You will do all kinds of things, and a lot of people, what ends up happening is they get a bunch of money, they spend it, or they do a bunch of stuff, or they lose it, whatever happens, and whatever the desire was, they were not able to get it. But if your desired goal was just to drive a supercar, experience driving a supercar, you can get it done in a very effortless manner without manifesting a bunch of money. And in my personal experience, manifesting experiences is not that difficult. It is very doable, and I've known people winning tickets, winning prizes, winning lottery tickets, people handing them coupons, handing them tickets to gala, to events, or giving them massive discounts for free, or very little money, right? Which you would be surprised like why somebody would give me like 75% off. But they do, and they will. That's the power of imagination. So if you found this video useful, please give it a like so it can reach more people. My goal is to simplify manifesting and reach as many people as I can, so I can help as many people as I can. And if you had some similar experience like that, please post it in the comment section below. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. And I have seen this. Some of my friends have told me this, even some who do not truly believe in manifesting, they have had similar experiences. And I know the reason why. Most of them, they don't want to really know the reason, but I know the reason why, because they had one time in their life imagined it, or impressed the subconscious mind, or had it in a conversation, or had something like that, which really confirmed this reality. So that's all I wanted to share. I hope you found this video very useful, and I wish you great success with your manifesting journey. Until then, take care, cheers, and I will see you later.